Welcome to Creative Tien channel. Today I'm going to make some simple Valentine's Day cards and knitted heart shape. This can be used as a bookmark or decoration or a keychain. I'm going to do hand knitting because it's a very small project. The Valentine's Day is coming, and for my kids' elementary school, they want to make some cards to share with classmates. That's why I'm trying to come up with some simple Valentine's Day card design so kids can do it too. The material I use is origami paper, and it comes with different patterns. I have a pack with all the cute animals. This one has cute doggy, and that's a different color. And you can also find a very traditional Japanese pattern. One side is usually a different color or just white. There are two types of cards I want to make today. One is just a half heart shape. When you close it, it's half of the heart. And when you open it, it's a full heart. And you can write the message in the back, Happy Valentine's Day. And the other type, it looks smaller because I fold it in quarter. So when you open, it's like a big flower. And again, one side that's more colorful will be the front. And the back side is lighter color, so I can write messages. And after you fold it up, it's just a heart. And I'm also going to make envelopes from the regular copy paper, the inkjet paper. And it's very easy to make, so I will show you in a minute. I will start with the easy heart. You don't really need a tutorial because it's so easy. I'm just showing you how I do it. For this heart shape, I want to make a two from one paper. So I fold it this way, corner to corner. And then fold it again, corner to corner. And this is how I want to cut it. The first one you might want to do a little bit trial. I have a template. You can just cut from the white paper first. So you'll be about that size. And the center is the folding line. So after you cut, you can fold from the center. So you put on the sample, or you can just draw a line of half heart and just start cutting. Now take off the sample. You can see the heart. We want to make the curve more smooth, and we don't need this connected. You can keep it connected. It will be a bigger heart like that. If you want, you can leave it like that. But if you want to make it two hearts, you just keep cutting. Make the edge smooth and cut off the connection here. Cut off the connected line. Now the only connected line is here. And when you open up, it's a big heart. And you can write any words here. And for this one, you just have to fold it the other way. This is a very quick and easy way to make your own Valentine's Day cards. And you can see I have different colors. The next one is a smaller heart. So when you open, you'll be like that. And you can write your message here or here. I'm going to use this paper. First, you fold it in half, so it's a rectangle. and then fold it again in half. And here is the folded line. This side is open, and we want the heart to be this shape, like that. So the bottom is connected and the top will be cut. And again, you can draw it for the first one and then use it as a sample, or you can just start cutting and make adjustments later. Make it more rounded and more even. Now that's it. You open it. It's the inside. And you can see I have a lot made. So every classmate can have a card. And this is super easy to make. Other ideas include the traditional cards. You can just cut a rectangle shape or fold it. And then you can glue a heart on top of that. So it's kind of like a 3D. When you open up, it's like that. Or you can cut a line here. And then you can insert your heart here. So that's another way to make a fun Valentine's Day card. Now I'm going to make envelopes like this one. I'm just using the regular copy paper. I have the letter size and I can fold it in half so I can make a two of the envelopes. And depends on how big is your heart, you can adjust the size of the envelope. So I'll cut in half first. And then I will fold it in half. And open up again, and I will fold in the edge a little bit, maybe half an inch, 1 centimeter. You can decide how thick you want the edge to be. We close it, it's almost like an envelope. And next we want to fold down, so you see the flap. I fold down about 3/4 of an inch. Again, it's up to you, you can adjust that. And for the inner part, I'm going to cut off this one, and I'm going to cut in a curve. So I keep it straight here and then curve down a little bit. Curve back here and straight again, the edge. So you'll be like that. And you can always fix it a little bit if it's not smooth. And for the top part, I also want to cut the curve. So now it's a square. When you fold down, I like it to be a little curve, at least on the edges. And we still want to cover up the smaller curve inside. So make sure it's not cutting too much. I'll start cutting from here. Just like that. And here are 2 little pieces. I'm going to cut it out. I can cut it with an angle, so you don't see it. So that's our envelope. You can glue the edges or you can just leave it. And I use the washi tape to tape over. Or you can use a sticker. I like washi tape because you can open and close again easily without any damage to the paper. And I'm going to leave this without glue because I think for kids it's easier, so they can open up the whole thing and see their cards inside. like that. And then you can write your name here. That will be a nice Valentine's Day card. And if you have a lot of the little pieces, you can also cut it into small hearts. And you can tape it in the front so it's not so plain. So that's our envelope. You just need a copy paper. Or if you have any fancy paper, you can use those too. So that's how I made my little Valentine's Day cards. Next, I want to share how I make the hand-knitted heart shape. And I'm using all garter stitch, so it's very simple. You just keep knitting. I use about 4mm circular knitting needle and a worsted weight yarn. And you can leave a long tail if you want to do something like that. For this part, I just tie knots, or you can do crochet chain stitch. So I start with a slip knot. Knit 2 stitches. Actually, I just need 1 stitch. Now I have 2 stitches on the needle. Turn it around. I'll need these 2 stitches. And then turn it around. I will start to increase. The first increase, I will just increase 1 stitch. So you will be knit front and back. And then knit the next stitch. We turn it to the other side and knit all 3 stitches. And then turn around. Now we are going to increase again. Here I'm going to increase on the first stitch and the last stitch. I use knit front and back increase, but you can use any type of increase technique. I'll do knit front and back for the first stitch. Now I have 1 stitch increased. Knit the center stitch. And the last stitch, knit front and back. So there's 1 stitch increase. And we turn around. And we need all 5 stitches. That's the 5 stitch. Turn around and we start increase again. We always increase the first and the last stitch. So we'll knit front and back. Knit the stitches in the center. The last stitch, knit front and back. So that's 2 stitches increased. Turn around. And we knit every stitch. And turn around, we will start increase again. And we'll keep doing that. 1 row of increase. And turn around, 1 row of plain knitted. Now I have 12 stitches. I will turn around, knit a plain row, and then start decrease. Now I'm ready to decrease. I will knit together the second and third stitch from each side. So I will leave the outer stitch plain knit stitch. So I start with knitting the first stitch and then knit 2 together. And keep knitting. Now we have 3 stitches left. Knit 2 together. and then knit the last stitch. And we turn around and knit every stitch. And then we turn around and decrease again. We will knit together the second and third stitch and the last second and third stitches. I have a knit two together, knit, the last 3 stitch, knit 2 together, and for the back side I will do knitting all the way. I have 8 stitches on the needle now. You can start bind off or continue do one more decrease. I will do one more decrease row so it's more prominent of the shape. I thread the yarn needle and tie the yarn to the center and make it tight so that forms the heart shape. And then I thread the yarn toward the bottom of the heart. So now I have 2 strings. If you want to do something like that, you can tie up more yarns, just cut a few more, tie it here and make a knot here. Or you can just tie knots. For this one, I just tie knots. I will tie 1 knot here just to secure it. Very simple knots. You can continue to tie knots like that. Or I will cut a few more yarns. And I will tie it up on the top. Just pick 1 string, I'll tie a knot, and I'll tie 1 more time so it's more secure. Okay, and I can cut it. You can decide how long you want it. So that's our little heart bookmark or some decoration. I hope you liked today's little project. Thank you for watching and see you next time.